Have you ever wondered where viruses go when they're not infecting us? It's a question that might have crossed your mind, especially in recent times. The answer lies in the concept of virus reservoirs. These reservoirs are not man-made structures, but rather natural environments where viruses survive and thrive, often without our knowledge. Picture a tranquil forest, a bustling city, or even the body of an animal. These places can act as homes to viruses, providing them with the necessary conditions to reproduce and persist. It's a game of hide and seek, with viruses as the elusive hiders, and us, humans, as the seekers. They are there, hidden in plain sight, waiting for the right moment to emerge. They're not always harmful, but they have the potential to be. And that's what makes them fascinating and terrifying at the same time. In order to understand viruses better, we must delve into their mysterious reservoirs. So what exactly is a virus reservoir? Well, let's break it down. A virus reservoir is typically an animal host, or an environmental niche where a virus can persist for long periods. Think of it as a safe haven for viruses, a place where they can live, multiply, and evolve without causing immediate disease in their hosts. But how does this work? To answer that, we need to delve a bit deeper into the world of viruses. Viruses are tiny infectious agents that can't survive on their own. They need a host to replicate. This host can be anything from human beings and animals to plants and even bacteria. Now, the interesting thing about virus reservoirs is that while the virus is taking up residence in these hosts, it's not always causing disease. The host may show no signs of illness at all, and yet they can be carrying a virus that could potentially cause severe illness in another species. This is what makes virus reservoirs so intriguing and yet so dangerous. For instance, consider bats. Bats are known reservoirs for a variety of viruses, including some that can cause severe diseases in humans like Ebola and SARS. But the bats themselves, they're perfectly fine. They can carry these viruses without showing any signs of illness. But virus reservoirs aren't always animals. They can also be environmental niches, like soil or water, where viruses can survive for long periods. These environments provide the right conditions for the virus to persist, often lying dormant until they come into contact with a suitable host. Understanding these reservoirs is crucial because they play a key role in the life cycle of viruses. They provide a place for viruses to survive and evolve, which can lead to the emergence of new, potentially more dangerous strains. And that's why researchers are so interested in identifying and studying these reservoirs. It's a complex and fascinating world, this world of viruses and their reservoirs, and understanding it can help us better prepare for and respond to viral outbreaks. These reservoirs are critical for the survival and evolution of viruses. They're the hidden corners of our world where viruses lurk, waiting for their chance to emerge. So next time you think about viruses, remember their reservoirs. They're a key piece of the viral puzzle. But why should we care about virus reservoirs, you might ask? Well, it's simple. Understanding these reservoirs is a crucial part of predicting and preventing potential outbreaks. It's like having a roadmap to navigate the world of infectious diseases. Let's break this down. A virus reservoir is a living organism, or even an environment, where a virus can reside, survive, and multiply. Imagine it as a hidden fortress where the enemy, the virus, is silently preparing for its next attack. Now, this matters because these hidden fortresses can serve as a source for new viruses that may jump to humans. Yes, you heard it right. These viruses, in the right conditions, can make the leap from animals to humans, causing what we know as a zoonotic disease. Some of the most notorious pandemics in history, including the H1N1 flu pandemic and the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, are believed to have originated from such zoonotic transmissions. So if we know where these fortresses are, we can prepare better. We can keep a close watch, monitor any changes, and potentially prevent a virus from making that deadly leap. It's a bit like having a spy in the enemy camp, giving us vital information to strategize our defense. Moreover, understanding virus reservoirs can also help in the development of vaccines and treatments. By studying the nature of the virus and its reservoir, scientists can gain insights into its behavior, its strengths, and weaknesses. This knowledge can then be used to devise effective strategies to combat the virus and protect human health. In essence, knowing the reservoirs of viruses is not just about satisfying scientific curiosity. It's about safeguarding our future. It's about being one step ahead in our ongoing battle against infectious diseases. It's about protecting our loved ones and our communities from the unseen enemy. Knowing the reservoirs of viruses can be a game changer in our fight against infectious diseases. We need to understand our enemy to defeat it. And in this battle, knowledge truly is power. history has shown us how deadly these reservoirs can be. It's worth noting that not all reservoirs are of the water storage kind. In the world of virology, a reservoir refers to a host that harbors a pathogen, such as a virus, without suffering from the disease that the virus causes. Some of the most infamous examples of these lie deep within the annals of history, where they have led to major outbreaks. Take a journey back to the late 70s in the heart of Africa, specifically Zaire, now known as the Democratic Republic of Congo. Here, the Ebola virus found a comfortable home within the fruit bat population. These bats, unbeknownst to them, became the reservoir for one of the deadliest viruses known to mankind. They carried the virus without showing any signs of the disease, but once it jumped species to humans, it wreaked havoc, causing severe internal bleeding and often death in a matter of days. Next, let's revisit the early 20th century, where the world was grappling with the Spanish flu. The virus responsible for this pandemic, the H1N1 influenza virus, had its roots in birds. Yes, our feathered friends were the reservoir for this particular strain of flu. The virus found a way to jump from birds to humans and then spread like wildfire, resulting in an estimated 50 million deaths worldwide. And who can forget the more recent H5N1 avian flu outbreak at the turn of the 21st century? Once again, birds were the reservoir, and humans were the unsuspecting victims. The virus, while not as easily transmissible between humans, still managed to cause severe disease and death in those it infected. These historic examples underscore the crucial role reservoirs play in virus transmission. They remind us of the importance of understanding these reservoirs and developing strategies to prevent viruses from making the jump to humans, because as history has shown, when they do, the results can be devastating. So, what are scientists doing about this? In the face of this critical question, researchers worldwide are stepping up their efforts to identify and understand virus reservoirs. This is no small undertaking, as these reservoirs can be as varied as the viruses themselves, spanning across numerous species and ecosystems. And yet, this is a challenge that must be met with unwavering resolve. So how exactly do scientists go about this task? They employ a diverse range of techniques, from advanced genetic sequencing to good old-fashioned fieldwork. By examining the genetic material of viruses, they can trace their origins and pathways, ultimately leading to their reservoirs. On the other hand, fieldwork, often in remote and challenging environments, allows them to observe and study potential reservoir species in their natural habitats. But understanding where viruses come from is only part of the story. The real game changer lies in the possible implications of this knowledge. For instance, by identifying a reservoir, scientists can develop targeted vaccines and therapies. This approach was instrumental in the creation of the Ebola vaccine, which was based on understanding the virus's likely reservoir, the fruit bat. Moreover, this research is crucial for devising strategies to prevent virus spillover from animals to humans. By knowing where a virus resides, we can implement measures to limit human contact with these reservoirs. This could involve changes in land use, wildlife trade regulations, or even public health campaigns to raise awareness. However, it's important to remember that this is a complex and ongoing process. The world of virus reservoirs is still largely uncharted territory, and each new discovery only leads to more questions. But despite the challenges, the potential benefits are too great to ignore. After all, in a world increasingly aware of the interconnection between human health and the health of our planet, understanding virus reservoirs is not just a scientific pursuit. It's a vital step towards a healthier and safer future for all. In the quest to conquer viruses, every piece of information about their reservoirs brings us one step closer. As we've seen, virus reservoirs are more than just a viral hideout. They're intricate and dynamic ecosystems, playing a crucial role in the survival, evolution, and transmission of viruses. From the depths of the unknown, we've journeyed into the heart of these reservoirs, understanding why they matter and their infamous roles in history. Our exploration doesn't end here. The current research is shedding light on these hidden worlds, unraveling the secrets they hold and the implications they have on our health. Every discovery brings us one step closer to combating viral diseases, from the common flu to life-threatening pandemics. Each of us has a part to play in this journey. By staying informed, promoting research, and advocating for health measures, we can make a difference. We can turn the tide in our favor. Remember, understanding is the first step to overcoming. Let's arm ourselves with knowledge and stay one step ahead of these microscopic foes.